welcome to the CT Now special. I'm Anisha Jain. Joining me today for a special conversation is Sundar Balasubramanian, the CMO at Myntra, as well as Masaba Gupta, who's of course the acclaimed fashion designer as well as beauty entrepreneur. They're joining me today to discuss their partnership, wherein Masaba comes on board as the curator-in-chief at Myntra Home, and to talk to me about what it really means for the company and the way forward, we have with us Masaba as well as Sundar. Thank you, both of you, for making time and speaking with ET Now. But Masaba, let me start by asking you. You of course started as a fashion designer, ventured into the beauty products as well. Did this, entire setup of the homeware and home curation come in as a natural extension, or how did this association come by to begin with?
It definitely was a natural extension, Anisha, because I think homes have been very exciting to me from the word go. And I've spent a lot of time designing my own stores in the last 2 years. And of course, that's when I discovered that this is something I enjoy doing way more than just a hobby. And apart from that, I designed my own home literally last year as well. I'm designing another one as we speak. So I think I have always had a very, very keen eye for a space of my own, and I think that not just me, but Indians today are becoming so house proud. They're becoming so focused on what their space is going to be like. They're no longer happy with just a manual or, just a template of what a house should look like, but they really want to add their own personal touch to every single thing that they do. So, similarly, like them, I think we are looking for the best curations, the best ideas, the best themes, the best pieces to put together and style together. And I anyway knew that I would do home and lifestyle at some point, and I think this is just the starting point. I don't know how far it'll go from here, but this was a very, very exciting project for me, and especially with Myntra, who've been leading in fashion and beauty for so long now. So I thought it would be such a natural way to give their consumers something a step above, a cut above everything else.
Well, yes, that's very interesting. But as you said, Masaba, this is very deeply personal, right? Your own home, your own space. How do you then make sure that you have a variety of options available for all sort of people? What's been the inspiration for the mood board, for instance?
So, Anisha, the magic is that there are many mood boards, that there are many themes. There's something for somebody who wants something minimal, there's something for someone who is into color blocking, there's something for people who love a great um, wall art that goes into dark wood, that goes into just beautiful vintage looking, vintage inspired pieces, or pieces that are more modern, more Scandinavian in the way that they have been put together. But what I have to say is that even though people like to have a personal touch to their homes, it's not in everybody's bandwidth to really put these pieces together. And I think that's where I step in as curator in chief, where I literally come in and say that, hey, we've created these themes for you. So if you want a bedroom that is inspired by Ubud or somewhere in Bali, which is your favorite destination, or you're somebody who likes something more minimal and more tranquil, like a Greek Mediterranean kind of a look for, say, a bedroom. Then we put the whole look together. So I think this is something I struggled with personally as well when I was doing all these projects, where I could find individual pieces, but I didn't really know how to put them together, and nor did I understand how to put something as simple as textures together. For example, when you're putting cushions together on a couch, it's so exciting to put a raw silk with a little bit of a velour and a little bit of a linen and a little bit of something that possibly has some embroidery on it. That's when 4 or 5 cushions really look beautiful and come together. So I think that that is what most home platforms today are missing, where you're giving people individual choices, but you're not really telling them how to style it and put it together. So I think that's where I step in. And I think it's just one thing to find pieces that excite you, and it's a whole other thing to have the bandwidth, time, capacity to really have someone put it together for you. So that's the exciting bit.
Let me actually bring in Sundar also into the conversation. Sundar, hi, I just wanted to begin by understanding as to what's your own, assessment and expectation out of this association. Because of course, Myntra started as a bit of a fashion brand. It's now, becoming a lifestyle brand as well. What's your own strategic goals with this?
No, if you step back, I think, as you rightly pointed out, just democratizing fashion in the country is something that Myntra has done and done really well over the years. And as we see people and customers evolve their sense of identity through fashion, we've kind of seen our role in being able to do that in beauty. And now, as an extension, we're seeing our role in doing that even for their homes. Because in the end of the day, the home is a reflection of who you are and what your identity is. So that's where we see this progression of going from being a fashion platform to being a premium lifestyle platform, where we have fashion, beauty, and home all coexisting for the premium audiences in the country. So that's kind of where our approach is. And when we looked at the home category, I think it's a bit of what both Masaba and you spoke about. Where are the gaps or what are the problems that consumers today have? And what we've realized is that there is at one end abundance of choice, but at the other end, nothing that helps people make choices easily, right? And we kind of think our role, as we've done in fashion and beauty, is to help curate and is to help inspire our customers and users. So where we come in is to take something as home, which is so vast, but kind of put it. And if you look at our, on our app, the homes widget, you will see choices by spaces. So you can look at it room by room to decide how you want to do up a specific room. If you want to do it by themes, do you want to do indie? Do you want to do bohemian? Do you want to do Bali? Do you want to do Scandinavian? Do you want to do earthy and nature? You can do it by themes. As much as if you want specific brands, you can do it by brands. So I think our big value add is curating inspiring the user, and Masaba obviously coming in to help create the right kind of curation under both spaces and themes. That's really the value that we see adding to consumers and to the home category.
Sundar, also talk to me about the business side of things as to, which category within the home segment is doing well, what's been the growth rate, what's been the entire contribution of this segment to the overall pie of Myntra revenue. Talk to us about a bit more on that.
Sure. It is from a category point of view, it's early stages. This is our first big outreach into it, right? So you've got to understand that its contribution at this point is it's in early stages. But we've kind of seen our ability to grow these categories as we've done with fashion and beauty. So we would have similar ambitions on home. What we are seeing, just in these early stages in terms of green shoots, kitchen as a space is something that we're seeing amazing interest in. Everything related to kitchen, whether it's kitchen from a kitchenware perspective or even the decor pieces or the functional pieces there, growing at about 150%. So that's going really well. From a decor perspective, we've kind of seen wall clocks and home fragrances growing at about 100% plus. So these are a couple of early shoots, but I think as we are looking at it, whether it is kitchen, homeware, home decor, furnishings, dinnerware, all these pieces coming together will really grow in leaps and bounds. And as in the back half of the year, there is lots of occasions and festivities that come in. All of them play a role in how your home looks. All of them play a role in how much time you spend at home when all these festivities and occasions come. So we really see this as the start of the build as we go through the back half of the year to bring more choices to consumers, to bring more brands to consumers in a curated way.
Okay, so you've already done fashion, you are into beauty products. What next? Should we probably look forward to a complete home product range from you as well? Is that next on cards?
Oh gosh. I mean, I wish I could say no, but knowing me, I know that I will put my fingers into something else very quickly. But for the time being, no, Anisha, I think I'm really enjoying curating pieces because like I said, I mean, every girl, every boy, every man that I know has resonated with this, where they're like, where do we get everything on one platform? You know, everyone just wants that. There has to be an ease of shopping as well. It's not enough to just give people a great selection of pieces. It has to be ease of shopping. It has to be a trusted platform like Myntra, where you know things will be delivered in a certain way at a certain time, and it will be seamless customer service as well. I think home has always been on my mind. To be honest, it's possibly the one category that I always said House of Masaba will do. But I wouldn't say it's going to happen at least in the next 18 months. There's just too much on our plate at the moment. There's fashion, which is really growing as well. And apart from that, Love Child has taken up the rest of my bandwidth, which is a very aggressive, fast growing category. And as you know, in beauty, you have to be hands on. You have to plan ahead. At the same time, you also have to keep in mind that trends are changing at a lightning fast speed. So I think we're just keeping our head down and trying to figure our retail expansion out and figure out how to fit all these pieces in the puzzle that is House of Masaba. But never say never. So definitely we'll do a home line, and I'm pretty sure Myntra will be my first partner when I do decide to do this.
And finally, Sundar, before I let you go, a quick question as to what are the next big announcements that we should watch out for Myntra? Because, of course, you have been partnering with a lot of important folks. You have been getting a lot of international brands to India. Talk to me about what's next for Myntra as a whole, and what about the home category?
Well, I don't know about the next big announcement, but from a home perspective itself, I think you will see lots and lots of more news coming, over the next months and quarters. It's, as I said, early stages. So whether it's international brands from a home perspective, more national brands, more D2C brands from a home perspective, I think those would be a lot of new newses. Uh, we also want to, and we understand the fact that India has such traditional richness from a arts and handicrafts perspective. That's also something that we believe we can play and provide access for to customers at large. So a mix of all of these is really what you will hear more and more from us over the next few months and quarters from a home perspective.
Thank you so much for that update there, Shara.